PlayStation deleting people's purchases. Let's see.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we should not look forward to a future where all content is digital. And this is what gaming is pursuing. We have seen like patents for a
Wait. Are you saying you will own nothing and be happy is a lie? That can't be.
future edition of Xbox where it's basically digital only, and generally gaming companies and corporations would like to see this trend where it's all digital.
I'm sorry, isn't everything almost already all digital? I think that's already a thing. Even real life cars are pretty much digitalized as much as possible. There's a lot of new car models currently that you buy, and if you want to sell it to some other person, they need to buy after a specific activation code to actually use the car. Otherwise, the car's not even gonna start. Life's crazy.
Fully realized, but when you look at what's going on right now with Sony, you realize that, man, anything can happen, including stuff that you purchase just getting stripped entirely. So right here we have a tweet from Jeff Rousseau that has gone kind of viral, 2.1 million views. He tweeted, "This is why physical media matters. Apparently play does have limits." So PlayStation, once upon a time, would allow you to rent or purchase digital movies. They've closed down that service, but the idea was that this wouldn't affect existing customers and existing content that has been purchased, and that stuff would be accessible. Well, we're looking at a situation now where that content is being removed. Right here we have a notice that PlayStation sent out to customers that reads, "Dear PlayStation customer, as of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your library." Now, yes, this specific situation revolves around movies and shows, but it's digital content, and this could very well happen.
Wait, so you're telling me Americans are currently paying for Hulu, Netflix 2, Disney Plus, Disney Plus Plus, Netflix 2 Plus Plus, and also PlayStation movie? What? I didn't even know that's a thing. Oh no. Oh my god, that's so sad.
To games. In this case specifically,
just watch movies online, okay? Download them from a torrent, put them into a flash drive, and put them on your television if you want a big screen, okay? It's really not hard. Or buy a big computer screen and watch them from, I don't know, one of the 3 trillion sites that allows you to watch anything for free and high quality. Life is not that hard. You don't have to pay for 15 different Disney subscriptions, okay? And then people are crying about them being poor and not being able to afford food. Well, maybe that's because you have 15 Xbox Live subscriptions and you're not canceling them because I'm actually saving money. Yeah, I maybe paid $300 per year on the Xbox Plus subscription, but I played one game for free that costs $50, so I'm a winner. Oh man, please.
Revolves around the gaming console PlayStation, which has additional functions like, or had additional functions like being able to buy or rent on-demand movies. And that is an investment that people put in, trusting that PlayStation would not pull something like this. But alas, things like this just...
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. These people probably did not read the fine print, because the reality is whatever thing that they accepted before they were allowed to make the purchase most likely stayed. In the future, there may be a situation where this product is literally stripping away from you with no recompensation, and they accepted it. No one cared to read, okay?
Can happen. In this case, it's about some kind of licensing issue, and again, you will not be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content. It's not that it's being removed from storefronts, but you get to keep what you've downloaded or purchased. It's that the stuff that you paid for is being stripped from you. Like, it's straight up just robbery. And the thing is, back in March 2nd, 2021, when PlayStation announced...
Is it robbery when you agree to it? Because again, either this is going to end up in the ginormous lawsuit against Sony, a class action lawsuit most likely, or nothing happens because when you press the agree button and didn't read the terms of agreement, it said that, yeah, you can be stripped of anything at any time, like every single game does to you when you accept their terms and conditions. Okay? Just saying. Scumbag move, 10 out of 10, yes, 100%, but you agreed to it.
At the place,
and you didn't know that you were agreeing to it. And let's be real, dude, if you have downloaded a movie on PlayStation, do you care if it gets taken away from you? Are you really gonna rewatch it? Like, give me a break, okay?
PlayStation Store will discontinue movie and TV purchases and rentals. They assured, as you can see right here, that users can still access movie and TV content if purchased through PlayStation Store. And the reason they closed down on-demand purchases is because of the rise of subscription-based and ad-based entertainment streaming services, which I guess makes sense, but you started this service, you allowed people to buy digital content, and for there to be a situation where that content can just be entirely removed from access that is not ethical at all. Some examples.
Yes, it is. It's 100. Okay, you see, it is. I know it's sad. I know it's stupid. I know it feels bad, but it is ethical because again, you agreed to it. Your World of Warcraft account that you're playing the Season of Discovery right now on, Blizzard can ban it for no reason, take it away, and ban you for life. They don't even need an explanation for that. And you have 100% pressed the agree to those terms on that. Okay? Every term that you agree currently on anything has a clause that says, oh, whoopsie doopsie, we can ban you for no reason. If our mod has a bad day, he could just start swinging his ban finger around and banning everyone, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. That's the world we have lived in for more than 15 years, I think, now.
Examples of what might be deleted from your library if you own Discovery TV content include Mythbusters. Mythbusters. Good times. If you purchase Mythbusters, that stuff's gone. Naked and Afraid, and tons of other Discovery shows from PlayStation users' libraries, even if they already purchased them. Ladies and gentlemen, if this can happen to movies and TV shows, it can happen to games. As long as it's digital content that you don't physically own, it may...
Yeah. Steam can literally take away any game that you have purchased at any point without any consolidation. It already is happening. No one's talking about it because Steam never does it, but it can happen. It can very easily happen, in fact. This is nothing new.
Very well disappear because the existence of that digital content and access to it is dependent on the provider and licensing aspects remaining intact. You can see going to Reddit that there are already customers who are confused by this development. Here is a Reddit user who posted, purchase Discovery video content being removed. I just received an email from PlayStation about how the end of the year, due to licensing arrangements, I'll no longer be able to watch any of my previously purchased Discovery content. Is there a way I can save this content? I use PlayStation 4, but I've bought many seasons of shows such as Dual Survival that I do not wish to lose. I was actually under the impression, since I owned it, I wouldn't ever lose it. Now,
I'm pretty sure there's nothing currently that you can purchase digitally that you actually own. You are just buying a license to use. Not a single game on Steam you own, by the way. It's just a license to use. That's it. I'm pretty sure not a single thing you own online is anything but a license to use, honestly. So yeah, again, it's like, if you don't know about this, tough, but yeah, you have been living in this world for how long now? Get used to it. It's not changing.
Many people who are in tune with gaming news and stuff might know that when you purchase digital content, it's more of like a license rather than true ownership. But that's not something that the masses know. The masses believe that when you spend money on something, you rightfully own it, and that's kind of...
Well, yeah, but the masses don't have anything to do against that.
All they think about without other factors in mind, but now we have confused customers who are beginning to realize that digital content is not necessarily always a safe course of purchase. And unfortunately, there's no official
Sad.
way to somehow save that purchase content. The only way, I guess, is to engage in quote-unquote piracy, as some people have suggested.
Yeah, pirate it. Easy. Super simple. Fast, simple, usable. Dude, they even install everything like on Steam for you. It's amazing. Dude, if your life's gonna be destroyed by spending $20 on some kind of movies and then they get taken away from you after 5 years, I think you have bigger issues to worry about than those movies being taken away, because, man, you're probably living on the edge every single day, okay? Maybe you should not watch a movie. Maybe you should do something productive for a change. You know, just a thought.
Here, but at that point, can you even call it piracy when you spent money on something that they're now taken away? If you download that show through, I don't know,
Yes.
torrenting or whatnot.
Yes, without any exception, that is still considered 100% piracy.
I think at this point, morally speaking, you have every
Because, you know, if you go to a car dealership and say, yeah, you want to ride the Lambo, see how it feels, and they let you ride the Lambo and you see how it feels, then you go back to the store and you're like, that thing's mine now. I had the ability to ride it for a moment. You can't take that away from me. No, that's not how it works. Surprising, I know.
every right to do that. Or the alternative is, of course, to go physical, whether it's DVD or Blu-ray or whatnot. If you purchase that stuff that's already in the disc, unless somebody literally sneaks into your house and breaks into it and steals your physical disc, you will own it.
That's not true. If your device is connected to the internet, even a physical disc will be able to be tracked and not allowed to play on your device if they want to, okay? Having a physical copy of anything doesn't mean anything any longer, because chances are you need even for a physical copy of anything now, you need the internet to make it run, okay? The physical disc is most likely just some kind of magical code that allows you to do things from the internet. Let's be completely real here. And if your device is connected to the internet and you try to access it, if they want, they can take even your physical copy away from you if they want.
Forever, so long as it's maintained and no damage comes upon it. Whereas with digital content is completely beholden to corporations, their services, their platforms, and behind-the-scenes goings-ons like licensing issues. And this is not the first time this has happened. As reported by The Verge here on July 8th, 2022, there was a previous instance in which the PlayStation Store removed purchased movies from libraries after service shutdown. And it was for the same reason, because of evolving license agreements with content providers. And back then, you lost access to content like Paddington, The Hunger Games, so on and so forth. Now, this particular event affected Germany and Austria specifically, but those are still people who spent money on something that is now...
I don't know if I would go as far as to call Germans people, you know? And Germany and Austria, well, you know, Germany's just currently itching to get some Austrian dude to, you know, lead them, okay? And if he's a painter, that's like 2 thumbs up from the Germany right there. So I don't know if I would go so far.
Now just disappearing into the ether. And this situation was also in the hundreds of digital content, be it movies or TV shows. The changes affects 314 titles in Germany and 137 in Austria. Affected titles include Chicken Run, John Wick, La La Land, Logan Lucky, Saw, Shaun the Sheep Movie, and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, among many others. And as The Verge aptly highlights here, the shutdown serves as a crucial reminder that even when you buy a title digitally, your ownership often still relies on a retailer continuing to exist and having the correct licensing deals in place. If you want to guarantee ownership forever, then physical purchases are still your best bet. And the same could be said for video games, though. With games, it's a bit more complicated, because with movies and shows and whatnot, when they're in a Blu-ray disc, it's just a video file And so there's not much in the way of measures to restrict access to those elements within the physical medium. Whereas with games, because of things like DRM and because of patches that might have to be applied that are not included in the disc, even physical media is not necessarily always a sure thing that you will fully own those titles and that you'll be able to access them forever. But generally, it is safer to purchase physical media, especially from game companies who really make sure that people have access to all the content within the cartridge or disc. And one company worth celebrating for really just championing physical releases is Larian Studios. I don't know if you heard about this, but on November of 2023, it was announced that Baldur's Gate 3 is getting a gorgeous deluxe physical edition with actual discs in it. This is a physical release for PC, which is rare, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. And what's great about this physical release is that it contains all of the content and updates that have been released thus far. So you really are...
Dude, they recently had like a 30 gigabyte update to fix more bugs. Baldur's Gate 3 is fixing every issue that they have. Amazing stuff.
Are getting a complete package, and on top of that, you get these extra goodies, and all that comes at a pretty reasonable price point of $80. I mean, for the whole game itself, on top of the stickers and the map here and the soundtrack.
I'm not gonna lie, I have always looked down on people who want these deluxe editions of shit. Because those are just people who are either very stupid or have too much money and they don't know what to do with them. Like, a deluxe edition or a sticker! Bruh, a sticker! A sticker! Dude, that's a waste of money. That is absolutely a waste of... A map! A map! A map! I mean, if you have money, sure, but... I mean... The deluxe, I look down on every deluxe edition ever because it's just a waste of money. It's completely useless. It's a complete waste of money, and rarely does it actually add anything of value. A sticker, dude, a sticker.
And all these things. I mean, the AAA landscape right now is at a point where game purchases, just the base price is $70. You pay $10 more.
But there's also a book. Cool. Buy the book separately.
And you get all of this. What Larian Studios is doing here is ensuring that people who really want to feel this guarantee that they own the game and that as long as they protect the physical medium, they can always access this game, will feel fully secure about their ownership of this game. I think...
Also, dude, you're going to get a Baldur's Gate book. What are you going to do? Put that in a bookshelf? Bro, I would be so ashamed of putting something like a Baldur's Gate 3 book in my bookshelf. Everyone else has books about economic functions and whatnot, the law and stuff. And you're like, yeah, that's my Baldur's Gate 3 book. It's from a game. I don't feel embarrassment often, but I would feel some actual real embarrassment if I ever put something as low as a Baldur's Gate Collector's Edition book that describes probably their monsters, which is probably cool. But you know, I would feel shame. Okay.
More developers should kind of follow this model of doing physical releases with just all of the content in it. Doing something like this with games where, you know, they've seen a ton of updates and expansions and whatnot, and all of it being accessible via the disc. We need to see more of that. Now, there are instances where some games get a Game of the Year edition or a complete edition, but when it comes to PC gamers, that stuff tends to be just purely digital. Whereas with Larian Studios here, they're taking the time to ensure that PC players can have a physical medium that will allow them to feel secure about their purchase, about the ownership of this game. So I think that's just...
Yeah, I think that's honestly it. Yeah, again, usually the last 1/3 of Young's video is just a bunch of milling through things that he already says. It is what it is. Anyway, well played, Young Yayi. Good stuff. This was Quizzer said, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.